It's just fantastic. Captain's log, subdates 21210.0. With the crumble slowly going mouldy, I've decided to see if I can create life from reconstituted protein. It's like a science experiment at the expense of Ensign Bork's quarters, because if all else fails, I can just jettison that and wish it the best of luck. Welcome everyone to the exhibition of stupid people. Today we have 5 subjects and 1 honourable mention to go through. It's a good one, I promise. Before that, I'm going to be streaming on Twitch tonight some Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Because of my addiction to getting this game complete, fishing and trucking has kind of gone on the back burner. Link to my Twitch down below if you're at all interested in joining. So to the honourable mention, we go to my older sister. Over the weekend, we were, my father that is, with my help I guess, installing a new light fitting. When my father removed the single rather dull bulb from the fitting, he gave it to my sister, and I suggested putting it in a cupboard to store it, just in case we needed it as a backup for another room. She then went and put that light bulb in the fridge. No idea what the thought process there was, I just wanted to mock her for a moment. It is equivalent though, according to my friend David, to Joey Tribbiani putting The Shining in the freezer, because that'll stop the book from scaring him. So on to the first subject, and we go to a change.org petition. For this we need to understand a bit of context though. Last week, Ellen Page came out as trans, and now identifies as Elliot Page. I take no issue with that, by the way. That is entirely Elliot Page's decision. Nothing more to add to that, really. But some got a bit spicy with it, and came up with a change.org petition. This petition: Elliot Page should give up awards for women. The premise being any award that Elliot Page won as Ellen Page should be given back. My view, by the way, is no. Elliot Page won those awards fairly as Ellen Page. There is nothing wrong with that. It doesn't change the fact that Elliot Page won those awards. The only thing that has changed is Elliot Page. We can't delete someone's own history, remember? Apparently we can, but we really shouldn't. And this petition, for the sake of it, when I went to go and find it, has been removed, sadly. But as you can see, it wasn't exactly banging in the first place. For our next subject, to all those that love their steak, I have a question. What is the correct way to have your steak? Please do tell me in the comments down below. And with this spirit in mind, I want to introduce you to some of the dumb stuff I now see on Instagram. Yes, I might make it a regular thing because, oh lord, there is a lot of it. So to go back to the steak question, we're going to use a video.
What the actual fuck was that absolute blasphemy? How dare you ruin a steak like that? The poor cow that was sacrificed to make that should be treated with more respect.
Headphone warning for those of you who are watching. Oh, and of course, F for the cow, the steak, and the toaster. So next we go to a requested topic sent to me via Twitter concerning a TikTok user called Garrett Nolan. Garrett Nolan is eye candy on TikTok that does a lot of rather posed pictures, video skits, and also uses his cat while he sings. Now, in the message I was sent, the implication was that he abuses and harms his cat, and there is a point to that. Many people seem to forget here, cats have vastly superior hearing, which makes it very sensitive by comparison to human standards. Because of that, when Garrett Nolan sings rather loudly, the cat is in the clips quite clearly shocked. The thing here is, which is where the issues arise, after having a considerable amount of assistance in trying to understand best what he was, and whether or not the cat was suffering or if anyone was calling him out for it, comments were trolled through, most quite thirsty. Others did point out that yes, this is very much a faux pas when it comes to a cat. You shouldn't do this. Others defending Garrett by saying, yes, but the cat attacked him first, which for the sake of clarification does not justify anything. And my view on it is, One should never seek to harm a cat, and if a cat attacks you, chances are you've screwed up one too many times. For the sake of it, I'm going to play some of those clips now.
I see red, red, red. Hug it out. Time to go to sleep, okay, buddy? I wanna see your cheeks glow. Red, red, red. Don't go wasting your emotion.
My view is, dear Garrett Nolan, I kindly request you stop singing so close to your cat, as your cat is in shock when you do it. While you do have a very good range vocally, cats' ears are far too sensitive for that. So on to the next subject. We go to Twitch. I use Twitch. Earlier mentioned streaming there tonight. For those who use Twitch, you'll know this especially, there are tags. Those tags help share your content, your streams about, to the correct audience. Kinda. Not even remotely. As Twitch is getting bigger and bigger with users and the variety is getting broader, those tags are becoming more and more pointless. Kinda like tags in YouTube videos. They don't really help. For the most obvious reason that YouTube has a bit of a thing for shadow banning wrongthink. With that spirit in mind, Twitch has removed a tag because of feedback they received over ableist language. The tag in question is called blind playthrough. The entire point of the blind playthrough tag was to show people who were streaming games they'd never ever played before. Like a first time playthrough, a lack of spoilers, because if there are any spoilers, it's a spoiler for the person playing the game as well. Twitch's Director of Community and Creator Marketing, Erin Wayne, tweeted out, "Happy to see Twitch has listened to everyone who shared feedback and removed the blind playthrough tag to encourage more inclusive language for our community. You can still use first playthrough or opt to use it in combination with no spoilers for the same sentiment." Many people brought up the question of, what's the issue with blind playthrough, and someone explaining how this is ableist in language. So others have indicated they're going to get rid of the exclamation blind from their respective chats. Others have made fun of it because they themselves are blind and think doing blind playthrough in the title of their stream is amusing because it's a play on words and they don't see issues with the tag. Perhaps because I'm not myself blind, I see this a little differently. My view is, blind playthrough is the correct way of framing it. If someone takes offence at that turn of phrase, that sounds like a them problem. And it is such a small problem because most people are sat there thinking, who on earth is complaining about this? I did have people suggest to me it was white liberal snowflake women. Not going to put that person on blast. I'm going to say, chances are, it was everyone in every community to ever exist ever, because in all honesty, humanity sucks. For the sake of a serious answer to this, I'm going to agree with someone that replied to Erin Wayne's tweet, called Steel Cryo. This seems silly to me. Sure, when words are used in offensive ways, we should avoid using them. But blind playthrough has its own meaning, in no way mocking, belittling or dismissing the actual disability of blindness. It's an accurate descriptor of something, so what's the issue? It's the same as going in blind, which isn't actually about sight. It's about not knowing about the situation. You've not seen, heard, been made aware in any way of what's going on. It is nothing to do with actual blindness. The same as dumb is no longer about mutism. I'm going to link Steel Cryo's Twitter down below. Please consider giving them a follow. For our final piece, we go to Oregon, which you'll find your phone autocorrects my name to, where hospitals dug in deep at the behest of the Governor Kate Brown to front millions of dollars, 10 million to be exact, on a drive to increase tobacco taxes, to then fund healthcare. Sounds like a great idea, and as it was successful, well done. But the flip side to that is, the governor just floated her budget plan and it slashes $245 million from various programs that support hospitals. That would come from Medicaid reimbursements mostly, the counter being that those taxes will cover the cost. But of course the hospitals didn't know that, did they? They thought they were going to keep that already existing money and get additional money from those taxes. Kate Brown's excuse for all of this is to simply lean or encourage residents to lean on congressional, to then push for federal. But based on what I've learnt over the last 4 years of being involved in politics via conversations with Trump's LP who is American, that's not going to get you anything. So your cuts, and then to introduce a tax, places a level of uncertainty on residents. And there are already allegations of a $400 million plus shortfall in 2021 to 2023, which I believe falls into her second term, doesn't it? That's fortunate. I think you were elected in 2015. Were you re-elected in 2019? I don't understand your state elections for governors, okay? I saw gubernational, I got really confused. As we're done here, I'd love to know what you think the dumbest thing of the week is. Please do let me know in the comments down below, along with how you have your steak, even if it is made of tofu. If I don't see you tonight on Twitch, have a fantastic Thursday. Thank you all for listening.